let's go. Let me know.
Yeah. We're recording now.
Oh, swear down.
Oh shit! Been recording for 10 minutes.
No way.
Yeah, that's true.
This is a podcast.
Oh shit, right. Yes, people, what he's saying, we are starting off our new episode, first season. We have got Callum on the chair, Rahul on the chair, and Roman on the chair. So, literally barbershop talks. Let's go.
First question is, how long have you been barbering and how did you start in the industry? Do you want to tell us first how long you've been going for?
So I've been going for about 3 years. 3 years, starting off with an academy, 10 weeks. And then from there, literally 1 day a week was doing trims, just learning how to do stuff like that. And then when I got home, I'd still be like calling my boys up like, yo, listen, I'm learning off. Like, yo, do you want to trim? Like, it's not going to be great.
Yeah, you don't get many people.
Yeah, it's going to be shit, but it's just like trying to find time to trim as well as working at the same time was difficult, but you actually find out who your true boys are at that point as well. Like, yo, his hair's going to look mad but for the first time, but yeah, it's been about 3 years now.
I remember when you first started trimming, because I think I had not long opened this shop up and you rang me and you was like, bro, I think I'm going to get into barbering.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, what's going on? You was like, oh, I don't know, man. Do you know what I mean? I've been messing about with a couple of bits and bobs and blah, blah, blah. And you was like, what do I do? And I was like, well, the best way to start is to obviously learn from another barber, innit? And then I think that's when you kind of played about with a few ideas and then you came in and you went to an academy.
Yeah.
And then you started and then you kept going from there, weren't it?
Yeah. Because
But I remember when you first started, I do remember that.
I remember coming down to the shop.
Yeah, because we spoke about it, didn't we?
Bringing a couple of clients in, just
Yeah.
learning.
Yeah. What about yourself, bro?
With myself, I started during COVID. So I literally started cutting hair during COVID.
What, lockdown one?
Lockdown 1, yeah. So I was in London at the time, still living there. And then started in COVID, lockdown 1. And then started cutting brothers' hair, obviously messed up a few times. A few of my mates, they were like having their mum cut their hair. They had this big step in their head, so I thought, you know, let me experiment, give them a haircut.
I bet that was a big relief of pressure though, innit? You know, like during lockdown, everyone was just doing what they can trim-wise and they weren't really bothered about...
Yeah. Do you know what it was as well? There was no expectation, because no one's really going out or partying and this and that. So you kind of like, if you mess up their hair, they can't be inside, you know what I mean? But it's a good learning curve for me to kind of cut their hair, see how it kind of feels. And then from there, just kind of, when I moved to Leicester, went to an academy like Prash. And then, just started cutting through that really, started working in the shop. But yeah, it was good.
What about
Fair play
yourself,
to
bro?
him. So I'm different to him. I started on school of YouTube. So I started just literally watching videos after videos. I didn't practice on anyone because I didn't have anyone at the time. So I went out and bought like 4 or 5 head dolls.
Yes,
They're about 50 quid each. Me being the idiot that I am, started straight skin fade. Realised I can't even use it. You know what I mean? Now after I learned, I was like, alright, cool. Then my little brother, man, that's my guy.
He was the first guinea pig,
man. So what I do, I'd trim him up, and then obviously the barber I was going to at the time, I just let him know in advance, yo, I'm going to come bring him down after, and he'll be like, okay, if you're doing a skin fade, just don't take it past a certain level kind of thing. Yeah, man, I started on head dolls, and then my little brother, and then just started promoting it a bit more. I've got good friends like that, so I had a few people.
How was the first trims on your brothers? Good?
Nah, it wasn't even that great, but it is what it is. I mean, we had a stool, had a towel, had a paper clip around it. In the kitchen, innit?
It's mad.
That's how I started, bro.
It's mad. It's one of them, you know, when you look back at the photos as well, it's just like, yo,
scary to look back.
How are they walking out the shop? Or
you know, at the time
yard
as well, you look at the picture or the haircut, you go, yeah, this is sick.
Yeah,
a year later, you see the memories, you're like, oh, this was bad, man.
Yeah.
That is mad.
It's weird how I fell into it, because from when I was at school, I must have been about 13 or 14, and what I did was I went around Leicester city centre town, innit, like, and I went into loads of shops. Did you come down?
Nah, so I remember back in Thermiston times where I used to live there.
Yeah.
I remember about 4 or 5 people in your bedroom.
Yeah.
Yo, who's next? Who's next? I'm trimming hair. Who's next?
It literally started out with, I went around all these salons and barbers. It weren't even just strictly barbers, because back when I'm 14, you know what I'm saying? It's a long time ago. Barbershops weren't what they were now. You get me?
Yeah.
So I was knocking on salons, barbers and all that. I was like, look, have you got any Saturday jobs? Like, I'll come, blah, blah. And I managed to get one. So I started working there Saturdays. School in the week, Saturdays I was working in this salon and I was literally sweeping the floor, making cups of tea for people. And then what happened was, as it went on, they, my mates would always pass by the front of the shop in town, you know what I mean? You know when you're like 14 and out in town and stuff, yeah? So on a Saturday I'd be in there, and then I'd say like, oh yeah, like, do you mind if like I cut their hair and you like watch me, innit? So that's what happened, and then before you know it, I started being alright, do you know what I mean? I knew a lot for my age at for like 14, 15. And then by year 11, I was that one I was known, innit? Everyone was like, yo, go see Brazil for a trim, you get me? Like, that's what it was. So
That's
in my
sick,
bedroom,
yeah.
it was decent, because I had a real early start in it, do you get me? So my mum would be going mad in it, because you come back from work and I'd be in the kitchen with like a Curler man there, do you know what I mean? We were standing there like drinking the juice and that, waiting for a trim, hair everywhere, bro, like, it was mad. But I started from young, and then I'm 26 now, so that's what, 12 years ago, and literally just kept going and going and going. And then I worked at that salon for like a couple of years, and I moved on to a proper barbershop where I learned more fading, more lower numbers.
More techniques, innit?
Yeah, because the things in the salon, it's normally like, you're starting off with like, the lowest one we'll have is a 0.5, you get me? Yeah. Back then anyway as well, skin phase was just kind of coming in. So that's where like I kind of, built that thing up of the customer service thing as well, because I was put in front of people what I didn't know, older adults at the time, with me being the age where I'm at, that's where I kind of built that confidence up. So when I came to the point where, let's say I'm in college or I started in an actual barbershop with my own chair, I was already straight away like dealing with people. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it made things twice as easy.
So obviously, like you said, you was going into like salons and stuff. What was the main reason you started barbering? Like, is that something you wanted to do, or you just like?
I think because I got this job at that young age, I you know what I mean? If you ask a 14-year-old what they want to do, they're like, oh yeah, I
you don't know.
I don't really know. But because I already had the job there, I just stayed consistent with it. Do you know what I'm saying? I just roll with it. And by the time, like I said, I'm in year 11, I'm already cutting hair, and everyone's like, what do you want to do when you finish school? I'm like, well, I'm already cutting hair now, so I might as well stay with cutting hair. So it weren't something where I necessarily planned to do it. Do you know what I mean? I did the usual stuff, you know, where you love going into a shop and getting your hair trimmed anyway. Because you know what I mean? Real talk, us here will probably get our hair cut more back then than what the standard person would, because we've come into the industry now, we know about trims, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? So I think that was the main thing. But yeah, man, it's been time.
Did you start by watching videos, or did someone like show you how to cut hair, or how was it?
I started with someone showing me.
Showing you.
And then as time went on, that's when YouTube started getting better.
Right.
So by the time I was touching 18, 19, YouTube was on smash for trimming, learning how to trim hair, you get me? So that's when I kind of came into it.
There's loads of videos in it.
Loads, it's sick.
I think that's one thing I regret though, is not getting a mentor early on, like finding someone, just sticking with them, just watching them. I didn't really have that. I mean, I'd ask questions and stuff, you know, your barber and what's going on, but someone standing there like teaching you what to do.
Yeah.
I wish I'd just done that.
What age did you get into it?
I was 19.
Yeah, so you lot started way earlier than me though.
Oh, was you?
I mean, I was probably, 23, 4? So only about 2-3 years ago.
I got in for money, I'm not even gonna lie.
Is it?
Yeah, I just seen like loads of barbers, I'm thinking, you lot are making money. All the barbers I knew like taught themselves, and I'm thinking, do you know what I mean? You don't know what you're doing. I was going to sport, and I was like, I don't really see myself doing it. And I said, okay, these lot are making good money, they taught themselves, they don't need no degree for it. And I was like, you know what? I bought all my stuff, picked up hair clippers.
And just went for it.
What were your first pair of clippers?
Magic clips.
Yeah?
Sick.
That and the senior.
Sick.
Yeah.
Bro, you can't go wrong with a senior.
Honestly, went out and spent about 400 quid, just bought everything I needed to get, and then just went from there.
Sick.
I've only come off seniors in the past 6 months.
That's
how long I've still been using them. And then I moved on to the Jo-ells, innit? So, but I've been on
Jo-ells, like, they're good.
They're good, man.
Sick.
They're good.
Sick. Yeah, man. Let me move on to my next question. This one is one that I really wanted to talk about, actually. It comes on the category of barber mental health. And this is, do you think barbers suffer with their mental health as they have to be at their best for customers, regardless of what's going on in their personal lives? Because that's a big thing. I think regardless, when you're cutting hair, regardless of what's going outside of work, this isn't a job where you can kind of, for the day, like let's say people who work in an office, like, you know what, I ain't feeling good today, I'm just gonna hide behind my computer, do my emails and do this. This ain't one of them jobs, innit? You've got to be at your best mentally to give the best what you can.
Customer service, obviously, the first
customer
thing they
service
come in,
thing,
as well, isn't it?
It's like as soon as you come in, you're walking onto a stage.
Yes.
You have to.
You need
be
to
on
give
the
them that
stage.
energy and
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
to
it's
walk
just
in.
like when you've got that client in, yeah. Let's say he's having a bad day, and that energy is gonna come off you as well. You know what I mean? You can't be like
it's
that.
therapy for them, not when they come in, innit?
that's
So we've got to
literally-
be,
that's
we're
literally
that
what it
guy.
is. It's therapy. You have
Yeah.
to come back with a smile, literally make them feel their best, get their confidence back. That's the main thing. You know what I mean?
Because you could be having the worst day, and whatever happens, you got to leave at the door. And once you come in here,
Yeah.
all them problems are gone. Do you know what I mean?
It affects your haircut as well, though. In
Yeah,
my opinion. You know when
definitely.
you're a bit down and you're like, oh, I don't fancy doing it. Then
Because
you
I
have to-
think you're right in what you're saying, because I think there's a big difference between doing a haircut to get it done, and then doing a haircut to make that person be the best what they can be in it. And I think that's when you transition over to just get the haircut done, because you know what, I got things happening, I need to get done in it, so I'm just going to get this haircut done and then get gone in it, so you're going to make it average and not go past that, innit?
You ain't giving the best service either to that person.
Nah.
Do you know what I mean?
Nah. And it's like, I think men will view that time in the chair as like a therapy session, innit? Almost.
Yeah, it depends what kind of clientele you got. I mean, I've got a few friends, like, if I'm going through something, you know, we'll talk it out. Let's say if it's about a missus or something, you know, if your client's got a missus, they kind of talk, and you talk it through, okay, my girl does this, your girl does that, and then it is therapy for both people, so you can talk to your clients about it. I mean, I do anyway, whatever the
Yeah,
situation
you might
is.
think you're by yourself. Once you chat to a client, that's you.
But they become your friends, I mean, you see them a lot,
Yeah.
so, especially my clients, some of them come weekly, so every week there's
So
something.
you build up that bond,
Yeah,
innit?
you have to. So there's a relationship to it.
And that's interesting as well, because that's going to follow straight into my second question, which is what we just spoke about. But do you think barbers absorbing clients' problems when doing a haircut or service can make the barber carry that weight? So let's say if they've had a day of clients, you've had a day of clients and 5 of you guys have come in and they're down, like real down. Do you think once you get to your 6th client, because you've absorbed that from them, you've took it in and you've tried to be like, by the time, do you think you kind of carry that a little bit?
I definitely, because I've actually had an experience where I had a client and he's going through a really rough patch in his life, and I'm cutting his hair and my mood was all up, happy. Once I chatted to him, he was so down, made me feel down.
Yeah.
Then I'm moving on to the next client, I'm not even up for it, I'm cutting hair, I'm feeling like, oh, this guy just told me this, he's got this going on. So it kind of relates, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it does, you do
It's up
absorb
and
it.
down in the shop, innit? You might have, like you say, one client that's down, next one comes in buzzing off his head, like, and then you're like, you got to match that now.
Yeah.
And it's down, and it's up, then it's down.
Yeah,
It does get draining. It does get draining, and you have to, like you say, you have to match it. It's customer service. You got to do it.
Yeah.
I feel like you have to manifest it. Be like, okay, like you said, if you've got 6 clients or 5 clients, like they're all down, you got to be like, listen, in your head, like, yo, I need to give this guy the best service. You know what I mean? But like you said, it does affect your mental health, because when you go home, you're like, shit, I've had so many shit clients in today. I still have to be, I need to put a smile on for my missus.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, obviously my missus is a hairdresser, so she understands where we both come from, you know what I mean? Like clientele, customer service, all that sort of stuff. But going back to your question, I feel like it does affect mental health. Definitely.
Carrying on from that as well, I feel like we said about going home. I feel like there's times when I've had a bad day because I've absorbed someone's stuff, and go home, I take it out on a family member.
Yeah, that's
you know
the
what I mean?
thing.
Yeah.
And it affects relationships at home as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's like you've been talking all day, mum will be like, oh, are you okay? But it's just like, you have to be okay when you get home. Like, you don't want to make your mum or dad feel down because of that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you can't just be like, I don't want to talk to you, because they're going to be like, yo, what's up? You know what I mean? Do you want to talk about it? No, I've been talking all day.
Yeah.
You get me?
Wait,
That's what I was going to say though.
All day.
You know what, yeah? Do you ever find that, you know, after a day where you've been talking all day, the second you get in your
You just don't
car,
want to say nothing.
you don't even want the radio on, bro.
Just
I'm
quiet.
sitting in silence, driving back, and I'm going to use that time to just
Just chill.
Get,
That's what I was actually going to ask you, Fred, do you lot talk to every client? Or like, if, let's say a client doesn't want to speak, do you lot have an issue with that? Because me, I'm cool, because I have music in the background, so if I'm quiet and no one's talking, I'll just cut the hair. I'm fine with it.
I'm happy with that.
See, I feel like I've had an experience, so when they've come in for the first time, I'll be as talkative as always, yeah? But I feel like on the second trim or the third trim, I'll be like, okay, I know how they are. They don't even want to talk.
Yeah.
They just want to
Not
be like,
everyone
okay.
wants to talk.
Yeah, that's
Come
it.
from work, they want to chill, relax.
Yeah, just want to chill.
And
It's like, yo, Prash, shut up now.
And it's
You know
like
what
a
I mean?
break for you as well.
Yeah, it's a break
I don't
for
mind
me.
it sometimes. Put music on
I enjoy
or
it.
whatever.
I really enjoy it.
You know as well, I have one client who comes in, literally falls asleep That's his time to
That's
sleep
trust.
before gym.
Swear.
So he comes in, falls asleep, cut his hair every week, innit?
What, he would sleep like this?
So he'll sleep, his head drops a few times. I'm just picking his head back up, just like.
But I've seen him cut. Yeah, it's not even like this.
It's like a drop, like
Bro, I'm sleeping, bro.
But that's his time because when he goes, he's so busy with other stuff in his life, like he's looking after his missus, this and that. Before he goes gym, that's his time to sleep and get his haircut. So he's literally doing both. So he's just sleeping in the chair, getting his haircut. Yeah.
There's been times where I've fallen asleep, bro.
Yeah, facts.
Funny stories, it just reminded me of something, yeah. So you imagine, I've got the headrest on here, yeah, my guy's laying back, I'm doing his beard. What they're doing it? It was bro, and I got the clippers on his beard, I was like, bro, you can't be doing that, innit? So I'm gonna take half your beard off, bro.
Bro, it's the best though, innit? It's so relaxing. Just getting a trim, like when that clipper goes on my head, it's the best feeling, bro.
I can't fall asleep, I can't trust it.
No,
I can't trust
man.
it.
I'm always on high alert. Do you know what I'm saying?
Like, yo, what's going on?
I got a clip.
It's just risky if you jump though, innit?
Yeah, that's
Do you know what
what I'm
I'm
saying.
saying?
You do go sometimes,
therapeutic.
innit?
Yeah,
I love it.
therapeutic though. It's just the noise.
The noise, and
of
there's a
the
rubbing
clipper.
against your
I'm
head.
just
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is-
And actually getting a trim, like that feeling after. I'm
Yeah.
depressed when I don't get a trim. Like I don't speak to no one kind of thing
yeah.
proper low, and then when I get a trim,
Hat on.
do you know what I mean?
Confidence,
I'll go
innit?
shop just for the sake
It's
of
like
it.
me right now, bro. I ain't had the trim. You get me? Like, look, you get me?
Keep that back on, bro.
But nah, definitely.
This is a good question, yeah? Why do you think other barbers fail? So, when I say that as well, you've probably always got someone to mind, yeah? Straight away, as soon as their barber's failing. But I mean in terms of like, let's say, if you know someone who's come in and trying to become a barber and they failed and they just come straight back out of it. Nah, it didn't work because of this, because of that. Why do you think barbers fail?
Okay, first reason, I feel like they've not approached people. I feel like in the industry, you have to approach people. Like, yo, can you help me? They've not had the support. So you can't just be like, yo, I'm gonna make this by myself. Let's be real. In real life, bro, you have to become successful, you need help from others, you know what I mean?
Good support network around you.
Yeah, you just need support. But at the end of the day, you need to go out, reach out to people, ask them questions, you know, especially in this industry. But
I disagree, to be fair, you know. I go the other way. I feel like the way I did it myself. So you have to be like, mentally you have to be strong. Because I mean, you're going to do haircut and people can be like, even your mates can be like, oh, that's not that great. And it's easy to be like, oh, I'm a dead barber, I'm not doing it no more.
Yeah,
you just got to
there's
keep
no one-
going.
yeah.
You got to keep going, innit? Eventually, everyone starts somewhere, you got to keep going.
I think a lot of people as well like to stay in their comfort zone. And once you step outside your comfort zone, say like you said, say someone fails first time, then they go, nah, I sat this.
Yeah.
You want to fail first time to realise why you failed, innit?
Yeah.
And then move on from there. That's how you get better and better.
I think that's a real good, important point.
You've just
in
got to
life,
keep
know.
cutting.
You've got to like find something,
Yeah.
fail at it,
Yeah, 100%.
keep failing at it.
Yeah.
Because that's like in the gym, innit? You know, when you go to the gym, yeah, you ain't gonna pick a weight where you can lift.
Nah.
Do it, fail, and keep failing at it till you can do
that's
better.
easy, innit? Yeah,
Do you know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
but when you're failing, you are learning as well, though.
That's it. You just got to keep watching
you don't
videos,
fail,
keep
you ain't
talking,
gonna
keep
learn.
asking questions.
Yeah,
There's
just
no
keep
way you're
going.
going to get it perfect first time.
Yeah.
I still watch videos to this day.
Yeah, that's
Every
another
day.
thing as well,
Every
innit?
day.
That's another thing
Like,
as
I'm
well,
obsessed
because
with it, like,
once-
differently.
Yeah, once you're there, don't stop.
Yeah.
Keep
Yeah,
going.
Go harder.
I mean, like I said, like you've got a shot, so you're on another level. So I can come speak to you about, okay, how do I get my shot? How do I do this? There's always something to learn about, and same with you. So I can ask them any questions.
Yeah.
Barbering's barbering. Everyone does different things.
That's what I mean by support.
Yeah.
So
Literally, yeah.
You
Oh,
need
fair,
to
yeah,
ask.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like he's helped me massively, like starting at that place and
Yeah,
then
yeah,
working.
yeah.
And obviously, he's been in the game probably a year or two longer than me. So he saw that straight away and jumped on it. It was like, yo, if you need help, do this, or sometimes do this,
Yeah.
like these parts of
Yeah,
the
get with
haircut.
like-minded people.
Yeah, it's good.
I enjoyed it when we went to the show. Like, I enjoyed going with him. Like, I know, we're not a lot of barbers, but me and him got like, when we speak, got the same like kind of vision. I mean, I don't know about him, but like, I don't want to be in a shop 7 days a week. I want to be traveling out, going here, going there, meeting other people, doing
Different
shows,
experiences.
that kind of stuff.
New
Do you know what I
stuff.
mean?
Yeah, definitely.
So it's just one of them.
No, for
Yeah,
sure.
man. I hear that. I think another thing to kind of bring up as well is, like, let's say when I've had apprentices in the past year, and it's like, you know the term, you can't feed people what ain't hungry, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? So I've seen this with different people come in, because obviously I've trained up a lot of people, I've had a lot of apprentices and stuff, yeah. And you'll have one person come in they're like, yeah, I want to learn it, man. Like, blah, blah, yeah, cool. All right, let's do some stuff then. Let's see what we can do. Then it's like, obviously they're not busy, so they haven't got people in. So straight away when I see you're not busy, like, no, get on the iPad on reception, get on something, watch a few videos, see what you can do to learn in the meantime while you've got some free time. Then you'll have them people that stand there, sit on the phone.
Sat on the phone, that's it.
TikTok, you know what I'm saying? Looking at some.
And then someone comes in and they're still doing it.
Yeah,
they don't know what they don't create it with nothing, and that's the worst.
They ain't even looking up, because it's little things, yeah, because you think, let's say if you're an apprentice, yeah, and then someone walks in the shop, you don't know if they've been there before, whatever. Yes, bro, you're right, you booked in, or what's the situation? Straight away, they're gonna know that you're cool.
Yeah.
So when they're barbering available, they're gonna come in, he's cool, he always says safe to me, innit? So, come, I'll tell you what, have a practice on my hair, do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's building up that thing.
I've had that recently as well, to be fair. I always say hello to any guys in the shop, anyone's clients, anyone, missus, kids, anything, I'll say hello to everyone. You never know.
You never know, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what it's about, innit? It's just acknowledging people when they come in, straight away, yes, you're right.
And then it's for them, it's better because they come in and be like, okay, now everyone's cool, not just my barber, do you know what I mean? Everyone's cool, I can come in here, and if I need to bring my kid in here, I can bring my kid in here.
So that's a real good.
That comes down to customer service, though.
Yeah.
That does massively.
And you have to learn that as well. It's not everyone has it, so you do have to learn.
I think even going outside the shop and pulling customers or speaking to people, or like I've seen you do it, like, yo, your hair looks sick, let me cut your hair.
Yeah.
And guy's happy straight away, like, oh, this guy thinks my hair's sick.
Yeah, I'll be like, yo, I'll give you £5, £10 off first trim. After that, yo, he's gonna be coming back.
You made him feel good, and then he's thinking, yo, this guy, I trust this guy. Like,
you know how I started doing that though? So Rb.blendz on TikTok. So he's approaching every Tom, Dick and Harry, and it's just like, yo, I can't do that. I'm too shy. But as soon as I started watching him, I was like, yo, I need to try it. Obviously, the first client I'm gonna approach, I'm like, but after that, I'm cool.
Once you get past that first few.
You're gonna get bare nose as well.
Yeah, that's it.
You're gonna get bare nose. People will be like, nah, I'm good, or not today, or maybe not today. Give them a business card to get home, dash in the bin. But like, do you know what I mean?
Business cards are there to a certain extent, but I feel like it's word of mouth, social media.
Because social media is going to be your portfolio, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. Like, I get my Instagram ready.
Yeah.
Like, yo, here you go. This is what my trims look like.
This is what I can do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear that. But going off what I was saying before as well, I have had people who I've trained up who've come in, and then straight away, the difference is mad because they want to be fed, innit? You know what I'm saying? They want to eat. And they've made that effort to get as many people in their chair as possible. And when I see someone who's coming and learning and they're getting people in the chair and they're trying to do what they can do, I'm going to make more time for them to teach them. Because if I can see that you're hungry, you're going to get fed in it.
They're more passionate about it, man.
If I can see you trying, then I'm going to help. And it's exactly the same. Because let's say if I'm on my chair, I've got an apprentice over here, trying to do this thing over here, there's 5 other people in the shop who are like, yo bro, flick that out with the 1.5 there, and then shout me, then I'm going to come over and help you scissor it in. Do you know what I'm saying? Everyone's going to know that you're trying and everyone's going to help. Do you know what I'm saying?
I feel like that's one thing, like, a lot of people are scared to be like, yo, can you just help me with this?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I get it though, in the shop though, because like, the client might not be as cool. He's probably thinking this guy's gonna mess my hair up, or he's too new. I mean, unless the client knows beforehand, obviously.
But it does depend on how you wear it.
You gotta let that client know beforehand, in my opinion. I've always said that. Let him know you're starting off.
Yeah, definitely.
People can help you out.
When you say how you word it, you're about to say, can I get a second opinion? When you told me that sentence, can I get a second opinion? Can you show me this? The guy will think like, this guy's what he's doing, but he wants to see what this guy thinks. Then it's kind of like settled him down in the chair, innit? Do you know what I mean?
I think another good thing to do as well is, let's say when you get your guy in your chair, but just so you know, I've been training, but my guy over there, he's coming over after just to double check it as well. But I've done this many haircuts, so just so you know, I'm going to be shouting my guy over just to check as I go through.
Give him a heads up, innit?
It's just, you know what I mean? It's a bit of reassurance for the client, innit?
I think even just generally, let's say like I'm working with you and you're just doing a haircut, one of your clients, and I've looked over, I'm like, that's a fire fade. Just out the blue, like it's a fire fade, and even the client's going to be thinking, yeah man. Do you know what I mean? You might not have said no one, but because I've said something, just out of the blue, he's probably thinking, yeah man.
Left the shop here.
Confidence straight up. Yeah, definitely.
I think that's quite good as well to lead on to the next question, because the next one is, have you got any advice for someone who wants to start barbering right now who's watching this?
Yeah, you know, we had this conversation before we started. I said just pick up a clipper and do it.
Yeah, dive head first into it.
Don't listen to too many people as well.
Definitely. Don't be like, oh my god, I need to go to academy, or I need to do it on YouTube. Whatever you feel comfortable with. Like, look at Rahul, his trims are mad. YouTube, you get me? Like, there's no time or place to be like, yo, I can't do this.
There's no
Pick it
right
up,
or wrong
like
way.
you said,
innit?
pick a pair of
And
clippers.
don't ask people before you're like, I mean, it's good to let people know, but don't
Yeah.
like, do you know what I mean? I wouldn't say, I'm going to start barbering, what do you think?
Yeah.
Because then you might not be his vision, do you know what I mean? It's mine. Just pick up a clipper and do it, and they'll be like, okay, what do you think of this? I'm learning. And then just get them to share it. If you ask too many people beforehand, they'll put you off it. And that happened to me, but I just carried on doing it.
Because everyone has their own ways of learning as well. Like as you said, YouTube or this or that, they might do a way that I can never do, and vice versa, do you know what I mean? So whatever feels comfortable for you, that's what you need to do.
Yeah. No, I hear that completely. I think a big thing is consistency, isn't it? It's being consistently, if you consistently try something and then you consistently get good at it and you do the same thing, you know, you start off once a week, let's say every Saturday, you work a normal job, yeah? Let's say, I don't know, you work somewhere now, Monday to Friday, every Saturday, you know, I'm gonna start barbering. I'm gonna just go shout at my barber and see if he wants to teach me. I'm gonna come in every Saturday. I'm just gonna help out around the shop in exchange for a bit of help. Then before you know it, you're putting yourself in an environment that you wanna be in, and then before you know it, things might happen in place where you're like, you know, there's another barber in there, he's sick and I like the way he does that, he's gonna show me something as well. Do you know what I'm saying? That's how you've got to do it, but you've got to be willing to, I think that's another important thing about it, because you've got to be willing to give something in order to get it back. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you just go up to a barber and say, yo, can you teach me how to barber? Yeah, cool, all right, cool. He's going to thinking, well, what am I getting in out of this? But if you're like, yo, listen, if I come help you out every Saturday or whatever it is, and I do this, can you show me some stuff along the way? Do you know what I'm saying? And because that's how I learned, innit? Because I was going in, I wasn't even cutting hair, I was going in there, sweeping the floor, making cups of tea, you get me?
Yeah.
And in return for that, I got, you know what, I've got an hour free today, do you want to get someone in, we'll do a haircut together. There's got to be that exchange, innit? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have to give and take, innit?
Yeah, but I do think it's inspiring that the fact that the way you've done it, because that's massive. You know, like I say, not having a mentor, no nothing. You started off by literally watching the screen, trying, failing. That was it, weren't it?
It's literally it, just YouTube, man. There's that many videos you can just watch, just different haircuts, different people.
There's that many tutorials out there now.
Yeah, you just gotta keep trying and trying. I mean, I posted a picture not too long ago, I got it on my phone of when I first started. I'd watch a video, let's say you come for a haircut and you were getting a buzz cut. I'd get you to send a picture beforehand. This is when I first started, like the first couple of weeks. And you send me a picture and then I'd YouTube, find the nearest one to that, and whatever the guy said, like he might say open blade, fade it out, then do the two, and then, do you know what I mean, like that, and I'd write it in a list,
Sick.
and I'd follow the list, and I've still got it on my phone, and
That's
that's how I started.
I did it exactly the same way.
That's how you started, and you just follow it, and the worst thing is you're following a video, obviously it's not going to be the same when you're cutting hair, because what's in the video might not be the dark spot or the light spot, do you know what I mean? But then you have to be a barber, and just figure out, and you just do it yourself. But that's how I started my video, and I wouldn't do a haircut until someone sent me a picture of what they wanted, so I can do the research.
I think pictures are always good reference, because someone can tell you what they want. You can't see their vision. If they show you a picture.
But then you have to understand the guards and stuff. I think that's another thing. Doing it and understanding why you're doing it is two different things.
Yeah, sick.
I feel like with sometimes, like in terms of vision-wise, you know, let's say I've got a new client in, I'll go on their Instagram, check how their hair sits, what their fades are like.
Yeah, you do your research
and be
before.
like, yeah, okay, I know what sort of vision I need to literally cut this guy, you know?
And people miss this out as well, man, because look how in depth we're getting now, just by someone. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People
That's what I was saying to you earlier. Like
this.
people on Instagram, when you see a fade, it's so edited nowadays,
Yes.
or painted
Yeah.
and
Mad.
sprayed. You don't know what's real, and that could put you off sometimes as well. Like even myself sometimes. But it's different. Yeah.
It's dead easy to kind of talk yourself down, isn't it? Because like you say, if you see someone on the gram, it's
very
been
different.
airbrushed, it's been, you know, enhancements, this, that, and the other. And then you're sitting there thinking, I ain't never going to be able to do that, man. Because I've been going, you know what I mean, I'm trying my best now, and I ain't nowhere near it. So, you know, that's another thing, innit, to do with your mental health.
And that's why, going back to the other question, that's why people fail sometimes. They look at it and they're like, I can't do it.
Yeah, that's real talk,
I think
man.
it's human nature as well to compare what you see, like yourself, to someone else. So
Or the lifestyle of a
this guy's doing
barber.
this.
I mean, it's good money, everyone knows that. So people like, when they're not starting, or they're just starting out, they're like, oh, I'm gonna make so much money from it. And then they realise like, okay, I've got to put some graft in. It's not a 4 or 5 hour shift, it's a 12-hour shift, innit? If not more, on Christmas and stuff. Do you know what I'm saying, innit?
Yeah, I get that.
You're there 12 hours.
They need to be passionate
minimum.
about it. It has to be a part of their lifestyle. You know what I mean?
When they see online, like, oh, this guy's charging 50 quid, I'm gonna charge 50 quid.
Yeah.
Don't
But they're charging 50
It don't
quid
work
for
like
a
that.
reason. They've put that graft in. You know what I mean? They've not just been like, oh my God, I just started last week and start off with 50 quid. You know what I
That's
mean?
what people do now. I've seen loads of people who started straight on 20 quid. I'm thinking, you ain't earned that.
Nah,
That's mad.
that's where you're going to fail.
Yeah.
That's where you're going to fail, innit?
You have limited clients as well. People, not everyone's going to pay that.
The thing is, yeah, it's like, when you, let's say, get a plumber around, yeah, and he's gonna come, I don't know, fix something for you, and he's been there for 10 minutes, and you're gonna pay him £250, yeah. You ain't paying him necessarily for the time, are you? You're paying him for the experience that he knows what he's gonna do is correct, and it's not gonna happen again, innit?
Yeah.
And that's exactly the same with the barber. If your barber's, let's say, you know, correctly charging right for what he can do, that's what you're paying for. You know that you're going to walk out with that fade, that it's going to, do you know what I mean? Nothing ain't going to compare to it.
Yeah.
Exactly the same, innit? And it's the same with when you're putting your day rate out. You know, you in your head, you know, we're all self-employed, yeah? In our head, we know that we want X amount a day. And it's weird when you queried on what, you're going to charge that much for a trim. It's like, hold on a minute. Brickies, like what? £200 a day?
Yeah.
Or whatever, you know, plumbers, £250 a day, Sparkies, £250, £300 a day. But it's weird for us to ask the same thing.
So I used to do building work, and I went from a wage rate, it was in London, so it's nice money. But I went from doing a house build, it was like £100 a day. And as soon as we basically winged it and said I could drive a dumper in it. So the digger collects the thing, puts it in a dumper. And when I told the guy I did that, it was extra £300. So it's now £300 a day, and I'm just saying, oh, I can do this extra thing, do you know what I mean?
Mad.
So actually a little bit of experience or service, you know what I mean?
Mad. But that's what I think people have got to think about as well. When they're sitting there querying, like, yo, I can go here for like £5, £10. Like, yeah, cool, how long are you going to be in the chair for, bro?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? You're
there's a
going
lot
to be in
to
that chair in
it.
10 minutes.
I had this conversation, like, do you think people care that much about haircuts nowadays? Like, just the haircut?
Yeah.
You think so?
Nah.
What, their own?
Not like, I don't
I
know.
disagree.
What,
Yeah,
barbers or
I think it's gone the other way. Like, I don't think that many people are that bothered about the haircut they get. It's more
I agree.
more who they're comfortable with or what the kind of service bring. Because I know a lot of people that charge like a decent amount, but the barbering ain't good. Like the fade ain't good.
No, that's true. I hear that.
it's
And I
like
think it's going that way now.
Yeah, like I've moved, yeah. So I've literally recently just started at Jo-ells now. So I've had so many clients like, yo, I'm not even coming for your haircut anymore, bro. It's the customer service, the way you
for you.
speak to me. You know what I mean? Like, my mum's even saying like, yo, he's such a nice lad. Like, yeah, big up. But it's one of them ones like, yeah, customer service is key. Absolutely key.
The only reason I said it is because I was in the shop like literally 2 days ago, and the guy I worked with, Brandon, I'll say his name, he did a fade. The guy got up, obviously, like he's done, got up, and then he's seen something in the light. He's like, oh, just sit back down and quickly sort it. And I said to the client, I was like, would you have even realised that? And he's like, no. So I even said, imagine if you didn't even fade it back, would you have realised? And he went, no, because I don't check it.
Point proven.
I don't think that many people care. But he's cool with his barber, so,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? They're friends.
I've got a couple of clients who don't even need the mirror. You know,
they
for the
don't
back.
care.
Yeah,
Like, yo, I don't even need this.
That's true, innit?
I do want to test it at one point though. I just want to be
Just
like,
leave the back.
Yeah, just leave the back, but let them walk out the door. But obviously bring them back in. Like, yo,
Yeah,
bro,
yeah, of
I
course.
did, you know,
Once they feel it,
social
they'll know, innit?
experiment and that.
Yeah, you know what? That's a shout, to be fair. I suppose when you wait up as well, like let's say it's little things in it. Like let's say if you've got tattoos, you kind of stick to the same person, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's
I know
trust.
I do. I mean, I've got loads of tattoos now, and it's just like I know my one person. Like I can trust them. I can even go in like, what do you think I should do next? I'm asking them what I should do next on my own body, bro.
Yeah.
You get me?
There's certain tattoo artists though, there's certain ones specialised in certain things.
Yeah,
That's
true.
So say like another guy's better at that thing, then would you still sit like other guys try?
realism, line work.
Yeah, realism.
Would you ever recommend that? Let's say a client came into you, wants a pattern. You know you can't do it. Would you recommend it to one of the guys, or would you just say
If I
to yourself?
if I knew someone in there could do it better, then I'd probably say, you know what, I ain't gonna lie to you, yeah, I could do this, but I can't do that. But if you want that, you might want to go see them.
Some people wouldn't.
That's what I do.
would as well.
I literally,
You know what I'm saying?
I
We've had
literally
that
cut the hair
experience.
and I'm like, this guy, Prash, come here, this guy wants a pattern. I know these patterns are sick.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I literally do the haircut, he does the pattern. Do you know what I mean? And he's showing me, yo, if you angle it this way, so eventually I can do it.
But look how honest that's showing you as a barber.
Yeah.
Because you ain't going, yeah, bro, I'm sick.
And your client actually appreciates that.
Yeah.
That's another thing, innit?
And then you can just watch him do it. And then, I
Helps me
suppose.
learn as well.
It's
Yeah,
sick.
facts. I rate that.
Fair play.
This is an interesting one, yeah. Is too many shops opening? Too many barbershops opening? And do you think, like, what's your opinion on how saturated barbering is getting now as well? That's an interesting one. What do you think?
See, I feel like too many shops are opening. Yes, I definitely agree. First of all, there's a lot of shops that have opened up where they don't even know how to cut hair.
Yeah,
I'll
real
be
talk.
real with you.
Yeah,
They
real
do not
talk.
know how to cut hair, and that's actually affecting our clientele. they'll be like you said earlier. Yeah, but I can get it cut there for about £5.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But have you got the same service? Have you got a banging fade?
Yeah.
This
You
is
know
why
what I
I
mean?
go the opposite, because I don't care if another shop opens. Because like I say, they might charge cheaper, fair enough. If that person's going to go, that person's going to go, he was never your client anyway. But
Wait 3
I'm not
times.
scared because I know what I do. I'm not bothered what he does.
Facts.
I know my client's going to stay.
That's a sick mentality.
Do you know what I
to
mean? And I feel like if you're going to focus on someone else, it's the same with other barbers in the shop. Like everyone cuts sick, but I know what I can do. And if I can't do that, then I need to go back to YouTube and learn more.
Yeah.
Because if you focus on like another shop, I mean, I work in Syston, there's about 20 barbershops.
Yeah.
So I'm not bothered about the walk-in clientele because they're going to go wherever. And they're a lot cheaper.
They actually come back to you as well, though.
Yeah, once
You know
they
what I
test
mean?
them all
Once
out,
they've
innit?
tested it out, they'll actually come back to you. So
And then they'll realise.
I do agree, yeah.
But yeah, I'd always go the opposite. I would never think like that.
Yeah, man. I mean, I've been open here now, 5 years. Since I've been open here, within a half a mile radius, not even a mile yet, half a mile radius, there must have been, in that time, I'm going to say 4 or 5 other shops open within half a mile of here. Do you get me? I mean, it was last week when another one opened. And it has made zero effect on the clientele in the shop at all.
That's
like,
cool.
no, literally, we wouldn't have even known if, because I didn't even know about it because it isn't the way that I drive back, yeah. And someone came in and was like, yo, you seen the other shop? I was like, what other shop? I was like, down there. I was like, no, I didn't even know. I was like, yeah, they're open. I was like, I wouldn't have even, if you hadn't told me that they were there, I wouldn't have even known.
Yeah.
So it's one of them where people have got a lot more power in terms of who they go to, but as a barber, I mean, if you're good at what you do, then it doesn't really affect anything what's going on. Do you know what I'm saying?
No, I agree.
I think you got to self-reflect. If the client's left you, it's left for a reason.
Yeah.
So you need to find out what that reason is. It might be better customer service or better haircut, and if that's the case, you need to go back. You have to. It's self, innit? You got to do it yourself.
You got to be honest.
You
with
can't
yourself,
blame. Oh, that shop's open, so I've lost it. That's the client's fault. It's not yours. You've lost the client
Like
for a
you
reason.
said, it's the mentality, innit? Yeah, you're right.
It's just like anything, isn't it?
Yeah.
And if your work, that's nothing. If your work speaks for itself, then your work speaks for itself. You ain't got to do nothing, innit? If you're good at what you do, then
That's it.
you're cool. You get me?
It's like I've had so many clients come in like, yo, I know you're passionate about your job. Literally, this is why I come to you. Your fades are sick, your customer service is great. Coming back to you all the time.
Your passion rubs off on that client as well.
Yeah,
Then they're
definitely.
excited to come
It's that
in and get
energy,
their
innit?
haircut.
Yeah.
People miss the basics, bro. Just being on time,
Yeah.
being punctual in the shop.
Real talk.
Do you know
That's
literally the
real
basics?
talk.
I know so many barbers like they'll book in and they're late. I'm thinking like if someone's booked in at 10 o'clock, I'm there 9:30,
Yes.
quarter to. You got to set up. You got to do
Yes.
your thing. Do you know what I mean? You can't.
Real talk.
It's not like a clocking thing where you come in at I can come in at 9:59 and just start cutting.
Yeah.
I think people miss that. It's
I'll
the,
be honest.
the basics.
I'll be honest. I've done that. I've been that guy that's been late, and he knows.
Yeah,
innit?
but with you-
I've been late. Yeah, you know.
We've all been
I've
there.
been
Let's
late.
be real.
But what it
We've all
does
been
is
there.
I see how it affects my morning, like the first few clients. How
Yeah,
it
you gotta
affects
go through it.
And I'm rushing, but then it makes you think, okay, cool. I need to do that to know I can come in a bit earlier.
Yeah.
It sounds,
Basics, man,
obvious, but
basics.
it's not. innit?
That rubs off the client though, because he'll be like, yo, if you've been late, I'm gonna be late as well.
Yeah.
That's, yeah, 'cause if they've made the effort to be there at a time and you ain't
Yeah.
there, then they're going to sit there and think, what's the point of me coming here? This guy ain't even on time for me, and I've made
Yeah.
time out of my day to come here for a haircut.
I got a question.
You can't even be
Do you
here.
not charge like no shows or cancellations or anything like that?
Yeah,
I
straight.
recently have now.
Yeah.
So if you're late, do they get a discount?
This is it.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's a good one.
No, as in like,
So
obviously.
if you're late to your appointment, does your client get a discount?
No.
See, that's the thing. I feel like.
Me personally, I would.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's what I was
but
gonna
this
say.
is the
I
thing,
would.
I'm never late, bro.
No, this is
And
what
no,
I'm saying.
you ain't never
I'm
late.
not.
But I ain't never late.
Yeah.
But if that was the case, then yeah, you're right.
Late meaning
You're
obviously I'm
right.
not like late to the appointment, not
if
obviously
I'm
run
walking
over
in
because
10 minutes late, then I need to reimburse
What would
them
you do?
because,
Knock a
yo,
fiver off for?
I'm just saying, I'm never about to do it. And I'm
Yeah,
thinking
I'm never
happen.
about to do it.
I'm just saying, I
Yeah,
would do it
facts.
though, because
But
I feel
you've
like it's got to work both ways.
Fair.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
real
Vice
talk.
versa.
And if I've
It's
missed the
real.
appointment, if I had to cancel, then I'll just give them a free trim.
Okay. That's
yeah, I'm gonna say like I've never had to come to that point where I've ever had to cancel anyone on the day. If emergencies come up, then I normally fight my way through to keep the client in at that same time and carry on as normal, then go deal with
Yeah,
my
yeah.
thing after, you get me?
Right, yeah.
That's never really happened where something's come up that bad where I've had to dip and leave all my clients. Do you get me? But, like exactly what you said, for whatever reason, if something's happened and then, you know, they've come in, I'm giving them their money back and I'm giving them an extra trim for free, you get me? So
Yeah, sick.
that's customer service, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's what
That's
it comes
proper.
down to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta be right. It's such a bad workmanship if your client is in the shop before you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, done it professional.
It don't look professional. You need to be there waiting for them. You get me? Because that's what they gotta feel. They gotta feel like, I'm booked in. My guy is waiting for me, man.
He's ready, innit? He's there.
He's ready.
Like, even when I'm here early, yeah, I'll ring my client up like, yo, I'm just grabbing a coffee. Do you want one?
Yeah.
You get me?
Yeah.
And then he'll be like, it'll come down to payment. He'll be like, yo, how much do I owe you for that coffee? Bro, are you mad?
Yeah.
Like, bro, this is just it's calm.
Yeah.
Like, if you come here every week or something, I'll get you a coffee every week. You know what I mean? I ain't bothered.
And some of my clients do that to me. They'll bring me stuff.
Yeah, that's it.
They'll be eating today. No, I'm gonna get you some food. No, I'm good.
Yeah.
It's fine. But I appreciate that.
Big up, man. But I think, you know what? I'm coming to the point now where I'm about out of questions. So just before we wrap things up, can we all work around and you give us the Instagrams where we can catch you at?
So I'm working at Jo-ells, and my personal barber page is The Certified Barber, so you can catch me there.
Sick.
So I'm working in City Centre at Fitness Gym, and mine's Rb.blendz.
Sick.
So I've just opened my little studio in Foss Fitness Gym. My Instagram is Tanner Trims.
Sick. And then to catch me as well, Joellsbarbers. Simple as that on Instagram. But yeah, man, sick conversation. Thank you lot for
Enjoyed
coming.
it.
I appreciate it, man. Do you know what I'm saying? We had a real good conversation, and I'm looking forward to the next episode, whatever we're doing. Like, you get me?
It's gonna be sick.
Thank you. Yeah. Cool. Wrap it up.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Bro.